Okay, welcome guys, welcome to the show. I'm going to try and make this as fast as possible because I don't really have much time. I'm actually at work, but I am going to try and make this as soon as possible, right? So let's just go straight into the charts so you can see exactly what's going on, right? What I want to do is I want to talk about this thing we were talking about the other day regarding diminishing returns and lengthening cycles and how that kind of works. And the brother asked me a question: if he bought one BTC, how that might be diminishing over time. Actually, you are wrong. So that's what I want to show you here. But just before we go to this is Solana. Look how beautiful Solana is on a 4-hourly. Look at the all-time high, $58, and look where we are right now, 51. We're approximately $7 away, less than $7 away to get to that particular level, which is awesome. That's what I'm going to say. Awesome. Now, let's go into find a Bitcoin chart because I want to make this specifically for that. So I just wanted to show you Solana as well. Not too fussed about everything else because it doesn't really make much of a difference. Everything is slightly bloody, as you can see. It doesn't make a difference apart from few coins like Solana and this and that who are pumping. Even I think Cardano a little bit, not as much. No, it's not pumping at all. But I did mention that if it goes around this yellow line, right, which would be a resistance line, current resistance, which is based on this particular level, as soon as it shoots above this, there's no stopping it until September. There's no stopping it. So we're not going to talk about any of this stuff anyway today. This video is regarding Bitcoin. I'm going to talk about diminishing returns and what will happen basically if you had XYZ amount of Bitcoin on your portfolio. So we're going to delete everything here. We don't need any of this stuff. We don't need anything. Literally, we don't need anything. All we want to do is just forget everything. Forget the RSI. We don't need any of this stuff. We don't need volume, nothing. Right, what we want to do here is basically understand that if you bought a specific amount of coin at a specific date and then you sold the top, right? So just assuming you were able to find the tops, right? What would happen? Right, so let's try and do this. Go all the way back to 2010. If you bought one Bitcoin, which was 5 cents, right? You bought one Bitcoin for 5 cents. And just for the sake of it, imagine you basically climbed up all the way up to here and it was 54 cents, right? Technically, you just did like almost 10x in your price. And then if you sold, do you actually start having diminishing return on your Bitcoin? You don't. If you are able to time this, right? So it doesn't matter where you buy it. Say, for example, you bought it at that price and you sold it at this price. Well, you're 10x up, right? 5 cents to 50, 55 cents or whatever you want to call it. It was about 50 cents, right? 10x, right? You've made 10x that money. Of course, it's going to take a dump. So if it takes a dump and it goes back to here, we can see it went back to 20 cents. Say you just said 20 cents, right? You can sell it for 50, pick it up for 20 again. But this time you can now get 2.5 Bitcoin. So it's not diminishing return in that sense. You see, you can actually play these cycles and double up every single time if you know what you're doing. So now if you bought it here, for example, again, you bought it at the bottom here, 20 cents. Obviously, it's 4x more than the 5 cents. And you climbed it all the way up to $25, well, you just did like 1,000% or few thousand%, right? You know, down here, you did thousands of percents, right? Again, you dumped, but you're still up. So 20 to 2, you're still up. Now you can actually buy 10 of these coins. So you see how you started with 1, then you made 2.5, and now your 2.5 started to pump, came all the way down to say $20, right? You've got enough money to buy, so it comes back to $2. Well, you can now sell, and now you got 10. And then from 10, you can start climbing back up again, and you've now got $194, right? So you got 10 of them at $194. Obviously, you bought it back again down here. The difference here is $100. So now you can double up on that, and you have two, you know, your 10 became 20. And you can continuously do that literally every cycle. So your 10 became 20, and then from here to here, for example, $1,000, you just did another 10x, right? You know, so you've got enough money to pick up the bottom here again. Now you can take 1 to 2.5, 2.5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to almost 100, right? You know, whatever you know, that's the whole idea. So for example, if somebody bought it here on the top of the market, 18k. So we're now going to give you the worst case scenario. Someone bought it here at 18k in 2017, right? Just say 2017 they bought it at 19, 20k. Well, in today's money, they're already double. So if they bought it here, right? If they bought it here and if they bought it here, obviously they're down. Currently, their money's worth double. So assuming, say we come back to 18K for whatever reason, they can sell the top and buy 2 of these coins. Do you know what I mean? Or even if they sold at that top, they can buy 3 of these coins. So this is the thing. It's not diminishing return total. It just means the percentage, right? You know, when we're looking at thousands of percent, right? So when we're doing this maths here, from here to here, for example, right, to up to this one, you see 86,000%, right? That's what's being lessened, right? So when we're talking about diminishing, that's what's diminishing. You see, up to here, 9,000. So 86 became 9,000, right? And then the following cycle, you can see here, it wasn't as much. It was 1,500%, right? And then you can see the following, the cycle after that, right? We did like 10,000%. You know, that's the insane one. That's the one that took us to the moon. And then say, for example, the one after that, not here, 2019, 289%. And then if you look here, so obviously we don't want to look at these numbers and say, oh, if you bought here, it's past. We don't want to look at this. This is the past. We don't want to talk about this, right? There's no point talking about the past here right now. It doesn't make any sense to anybody, right? I'll be honest with you. It absolutely doesn't make any sense to anybody. What's going on here? Are we live or are we not live? I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Are we live on this? Why didn't this start? Let me check. Hold on. What's going on here? Interesting. Okay, this is very interesting. I'm not sure what's going on, if this is running live or not. Let's have a look. Should be live. I should be watching. Yeah, it is live. So what the hell is going on? Welcome to the chat, bro. Sorry, I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't see the chat or anything. But anyway, so you see what I mean. So your diminishing return is the percentage, bro. Percentage, not the quantity of coins. You can literally play this and constantly double up. So, you know, if you bought it here and you climbed all the way up here, forget the money value, forget the percentage value, you just sell here, you can now pick it up again. Maybe you won't be able to double up, but you can still get at least another half a coin more. You know what I mean? If you had one coin from here to there and you go down here, you've got half a coin more, and you can do the same thing here, right? Sell here, for example. If you bought it here, then you're buying half a coin more. You know, and this is how you can actually increase your portfolio if you time it. Obviously, that's the hardest thing to do, but patience is the key, and understanding, like, discipline is the key. So if you understand that this is the way we follow, then we have a top and we have a bottom, right? And this is when you will bring out one indicator, and I want you to bring out this one indicator. Hold on. This one indicator is going to be your best indicator to actually follow this, right? So for your discipline, nothing more actually. This is just for your discipline, right? So your discipline is going to be, I want to try and sell it somewhere around these. I'm not going to aim for the top line, but I want to sell it around some of these lines. That's all I want. And when I enter on these bottom lines. That's all you're targeting. I exit here and I enter here. Right? If you can follow this one method, it doesn't matter when you buy, it doesn't matter what year you enter, it doesn't matter what price you enter, it doesn't matter how many percentage it goes up. Your target is to buy around these bottom lines, as many of these bottom lines, like below this halfway mark, you have to buy. So if you can buy below this 50% mark, which is a Fibonacci 1618, funnily, or 618, my bad. So 50%, right? If you can come down here and buy anywhere within these zones, and if you're willing to hodl and wait, you're always going to make more. And then when we come to these lines here, these top lines here, right? So if we come into these lines, right, anywhere around these lines, you don't need to target the top, you don't need to catch it. Even if you sell it here, even if you sell it here, and just wait, it will come back. Right? What goes up must come down. So you do that, and we talk about this. After a pump, expect a dump, and after a dump, expect a pump. So we know that once we go there, we're getting a dump. And when we do dump, you can just pick it up here, sit back again, and when you sell here for whatever price, when you buy here, you can now buy too. But the idea is, it's not about you making money. That's another funny thing. So if you're going to play this strategy, you're not making money. You're going to be increasing your holding, increasing your portfolio. So, you know, when we see whales buying, you know, hundreds, if not thousands of coins, you know, and selling thousands of coins. Well, what do you think the whales are doing? They're just doubling up on their coins. They're accumulating more and more coins by actually not even investing any more money than they originally started with. They're just recycling their holding, right? So if someone bought it here and he sold it here, for example, all he has to do is recycle that money, buy now, and now he can buy the double the amount, or if not 1.5 times the amount he bought. And that's what the bulls have been doing. It's exactly what the bulls have been doing. So I hope this kind of makes sense to you, right? Diminishing return means the percentage gains that we have seen before are going to be less and less. Those are the volatile moves, right? That's the volatility. That's all it is. Lengthening cycle means that now bull runs are going to be longer, right? Rather than being a 2-month bull run or a 3-month bull run or a 6-month bull run, we might have a year-long bull run, or even we might even come into a future where we might have 2-3-year-long bull runs. And we have seen that in the past, by the way, right? In the past, this particular one here, 2015 one here, right? When we ended in 2013, we had the longest bull run, and people don't even want to talk about it. We had a bull run from the 15th of August all the way to 2017 December. That's like almost 2.5 years, 2 years, right? 2 years. Can you imagine? We had a long bull run before. This was a lengthening cycle, right? These were short cycles. That was a lengthening cycle. So this is what you have to understand, right? Even here, we had a mini bull run. That's fine. That's, but if you take the total of it, these are lengthening. They are getting longer and longer and longer. And they are cool. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the longer it takes, the better it is. The longer the data, stronger the data, right? That's what we need, right? So we want it to be stronger, take time and go up there, because the longer it takes, the higher the prices we're going to see. That's the key, right? And also the longer it takes, the less the supply is going to be. So there's a multiple factors, right? We're going to have a supply shock. We're going to have less coins available on exchanges. Whales are not going to be, they're going to be waiting to sell the top. Everybody's going to be hodling. And some of the hodlers are going to be recycling, accumulating even more Bitcoin than they had before. So the weak hands will always lose, right? And when we're talking about weak hands, we're talking about this, for example. There's only 18.7 million coins available currently, right? Let's just talk about current. Obviously, by next year, we'll probably have 19 million. But the point is, currently, that's what we got available. Anybody with weak hand is going to let go, and anyone with a strong hand is going to reaccumulate this. That's what's going to happen. They're just going to reaccumulate this, right? And we can see this kind of action here, for example, balance on exchange, where exchange balances just went off like completely. People started taking these Bitcoins out of exchange. When we're looking, you can see more Bitcoin going out than actually going in. When we look here, you can see we got a dip here, right? Bitcoin's leaving exchanges. Why? Because whales are selling and they're doubling up and they're collecting them more BTC than they had before. So if they had, for example, if they had 10, now if they could get 11, they're happy. They got 11. They got one more than they had before. Because most smart money and smart whales understand one fact, right? And that one fact is very simple. We are going, and the curve is there, and we are going up, at least, higher, definitely. Whether we do it this year, whether we do it in the next 5 years, whether we do it in 10 years, we're going to do it, because this supply is not getting any bigger. This 21 million is not getting any bigger. And the fact remains, the 21 millionth coin will be mined in the year 2140. 2140, right? That's when 120 years from now. It's a number not everybody seems to kind of take away or forget about or not even think about. But think about it, 2140, that's 120 years from now. That's probably two generations at least, right? So you can see that, and that's the power. That's the power. So yeah, I'm not going to make this any longer. This is a really short one. I hope you understood what I wanted to show you. That's why I thought, I'll do on a surprise one and actually talk about this rather than me trying to make another one. This is awesome. Also, while we're on it, I mean, coincidentally, we've got the log chart and all of this activated. I mean, look where we are, guys. Look how close we are. Forget the 200-day, forget the 21-day moving average, forget your patterns, forget your cup and handles, forget every single pattern you see. That's all I'm going to say. Just look where we are. We're about to go above this white line. If we can go above this median line and we can peak up and confirm a single candle above, then we're off to the races. You see what I mean? And the race now, the price is higher than it was ever before. It's not like, oh, we're going to the races, but the price is going to be lower. No, look what the race is showing us. Just look. That's all I'm asking. Just look, guys. So I hope this video kind of helps you. So obviously look at this, this is just insane, right? But I am expecting a little red candle, maybe 1 or 2 red candles. Ultimately, if we can hold this particular level, which is the $40,000 level, we should be solid. In my opinion, this is a solid line to hold. If we can stay above this particular line here, this kind of a diagonal line here, you can see on the log chart. If we can stay above this one line, we are fine. Okay, this one line, we are fine. And if we can go above this, oh my God, it's awesome, right? That's what I'm gonna say. It's awesome, because after that is this line, and then after that is that line, and this line technically is our all-time high. This line brings us back to our all-time high. You know, there's no ifs and buts after that. You know what I mean? So for us, this is going to be awesome if we can see this. So a quick short one, nothing too big. I hope you kind of like what you're seeing. If you like the channel, like, share, subscribe. Make sure to share it with everybody, friends, family, and your grandma, because trust me, all right, everybody needs to know about Bitcoin and what it's going to do. And the more people that can actually understand it and buy it and hodl it, right? Hodling is the key, by the way. If you can buy it for next 5 years or even for 10 years as an investment fund or just whatever, and this is not financial advice, but if you can just hold it and block it, that will create a supply squeeze. And the bigger the supply squeeze, the bigger the demand, the better the price. Oh my God, we're going to the moon. Right, so I don't want to really make this any longer. I hope this was helpful. Let's see what Solana's doing. Solana's doing awesome. Solana's doing awesome. Let me get on the daily candle. My God, look at Solana. Look at Solana. It's at 52, guys. We're closing that gap, by the way. We are literally closing that gap. We are closing that gap. So really, really happy to see that. We're closing that gap. Okay, this gap is now closing. It's not far, only $6 away now. This has been happening while we were live. Also, let's have a look and see what the market's doing. Market is holding at $1.9 trillion, $96 trillion. Very good. Volume, I'm not happy with. We need to see big volumes as well. We need to see where it's going to go and see what happens with that. So other than that, this is obviously old data. There's no point looking at this, because remember, this data is yesterday's data. It's not today's data. But everything else reacting very well. Quite happy with this. Also, let's have a look at total. You see, look, altcoin market cap is pumping. This is excluding BTC. It's just pumping. It's just pumping. It's on a rip right now. So yeah, not far. I think we're going to get there. So other than that, I hope this video was informative, and I hope this video helps everybody. Like, share, subscribe. Remember, share it with everybody, including your grandma. You know, we're going to grow this family to 1 million subscribers very soon. Adios, my amigos. Hope to catch you on another one very soon.